This is a companion video tutorial to the Painting One Artist Mentor video on this YouTube channel. This is meant to aid you in choosing a high-quality reference image, preparing your canvas to the correct proportional scale as the original, and demonstrating how to use the grid method for transferring an image to your canvas. The following are some options for obtaining your reference image. Your first option is to find a high-quality image online and make a good quality photographic print. You should consider taking advantage of the many museum websites that offer high quality, copyright-free images of works that are in the public domain or made available for educational use. A list of some of those institutions is included in a document sent in my email. The still life painting shown here is by Camille Pizarro and is an example of what you can find on the Metropolitan Museum of Art's website. Notice the quality of the image, that the painting is not cropped and it can be sized to fit the computer screen without losing resolution. Another option is to use a color reproduction you might have from a calendar, postcard, book illustration, or other printed source. If you don't have access to a printer or a reproduction of the image, you can make a paper tracing of your image by using your computer screen. Download the image and open it, enlarging it to fit within your computer screen without cropping out the edges. Tape a sheet of tracing paper to the screen and lightly copy the backlit image onto the paper as shown in the video demonstration. Once you have a hard copy of your reference image, be it a photograph, reproduction, or traced image, you can begin scaling the canvas size to the proportions of your image. As you can see in this demonstration, your reference image is placed at the bottom left corner of your canvas panel, aligning the edges of the image with the left and bottom edges of the canvas. Draw a diagonal line from the bottom left corner to the top right corner of the image. Then extend the line all the way to wherever the straight edge intersects with the edge of the canvas. Measure this distance to the nearest edge of the panel and mark the same measurement on the opposite side of the panel. Draw a line connecting these two marks. The resulting rectangle is the precise proportion of your reference image. Now it's obvious you have an excess strip along that edge of the panel. What you can do to eliminate that is either take a mat knife and a ruler and carefully cut that strip off the canvas, or you can take artist tape or good masking tape and put it against that, put it on that strip, and use your gel medium as you have in your hard edge painting to seal it and eliminate any painting in that area to keep the true proportions of your canvas. The next step is to draw a grid on your reference image. Start with diagonal lines from opposite corners, and then bisect the canvas both horizontally and vertically with lines through that center point where the diagonals meet. Then reproduce the same kind of grid onto your canvas. Although they are different sizes, the proportions are the same. All right, one of the real life analogies to all of this would be, oh, the Mercator map in geography, where the map of the Earth is all right-angled rectangles. The latitude and longitude lines are all at right angles. You find Hawaii by figuring out which latitude and longitude line it's at. So just as you're finding things on a kind of world map that is the Mercator projection, you're finding out where your line, your edge, your shape goes by situating it on this grid. If you have a painting where you want to reproduce a lot of details, then I'd recommend that you get into what's demonstrated here, the 16 rectangle grid, so that you can fit in all sorts of things in their proper place. If your image, your reproduction of the painting is going to be of a painting that is simpler, then you could indeed stay with the 4 rectangles that are initially gotten by the 2 diagonals in the rectangle. Once you finish the grids, begin to copy the image onto the canvas, using the reference image as your guide. Copy the larger, more significant shapes first. Don't include any less significant details, because the background color you lay down will likely cover them up. You can add the details referencing the grid once the layer of paint is dried. So when thinking about this assignment, it's almost as if it's an assignment out of time. It's an activity that's relegated to academic art academies, perhaps. But I'm interested enough in bringing things from the past to the present and sort of honoring accomplishments of the past, like painting that was pioneering but often misunderstood in its time.